Green lights, sweaty floor. Who the hell let all these frogs in the door? Little fork in the club with the arse out, tally tongue, big mouth, talking mad foul, jumping on the couch, rocking all the tricks down. DJ look pitch frogs, yo, sit down. Nah, one frog grinding on the bar, school freak, show another, getting flashed in the back by the glow. Guys are trying to kick a ninja slip slide, sweaty little green views, screaming fuck this vibe. Freaking old frogs in the club go hop, hop, hop so hard, make the whole room stop. Bounce that tail, let your fat cheeks drop. If the lily ain't wet, better make that pop. Freaking little frogs in the club go hop, hop so high, hit the goddamn top. Tongues all dirty when the beat go buck, rip it off, bitch, don't you ever say stop. One frog riding on the speaker like a sex swing, took her with the fine tats, nothing like the wet prince. DJ yelling, yo, they licking on the glass. Frog lit back, I like any fucking ass. Glow stick free with the mesh on his chest, got a frog in his pants trying to climb at the neck. Back from school, see the wet feet peek, you fuck 4 legs, cock stand 2 heat. Oh damn, freaking little frogs in the club go hop, hop so hard, make the whole room stop. Bounce that tail, let your fat cheeks drop. If your lily ain't wet, better make that pop, pop. Freaking little frogs in the club go hop, hop so high, hit the goddamn top. Tongue so dirty, even the beat go bop. Rip it off, bitch, don't you ever say stop. Pop, 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 pop. Get low, shake that swamp in a straw. Let's go. Wet foot creeps on the flow. Who the fuck letting these toes, bitch? Don't quit, flash that rip. Talk shit, if you mad, you can spill it. Club go out for the frog re-click. Freaky little frogs in the club go hop, hop, hop so hard, make the whole rim start. Bounce that tail, let your fat cheeks drop. If your lily ain't wet, better make that pop. Freaky little frogs in the club go hop, hop, hop so high, hit the goddamn top. Tongue so dirty when the beat go bop. Rip it off, bitch, don't you ever say stop. Sweaty floor, 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 floor. Green light, sweaty floor, 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 floor. Green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights. Green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light, green lights, sweaty floor, green lights, sweaty floor, green lights, sweaty floor, green lights.
How's it going, everyone?
Green lights, sweaty floor. Sweaty floor. Green lights, green lights, sweaty floor. Green lights, sweaty floor. Green lights. Green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights. Green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights.
Well, I was able to actually get something kind of interesting out of Suno there. For those of you that have tried to do UK garage and grime and anything like that, you'll know that shit's fucking rough to get. And anytime you use something like Suno, if I want to do rock, I want to do an opera, I want to do anything like that, man, I can do that all day long. You want to know what I really, really want to play with? I want to play with the stuff that it can't get right to save its life. For example, Dutch hardcore, hardstyle, dubstep. It can do some drum and bass, but like minimal DNB. Like there's a lot of shit that I really want to push the boundaries on. And when it comes to music libraries and the labels and stuff that are using Suno or they have the training from, let's face it, it's going to be normie shit. They're not going to have everything that's on the fringe, all the niche stuff. So for me, it's all about pushing the boundaries of what I can actually create with it. So, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. We are going to be working on our Team Fortress 2 live action tonight. We're mainly just going to do a trailer. I know, I do so many fucking trailers. because I can there's only so much I can do for render time till my replacement card comes in. So when that comes in, then we'll be good. So that's kind of what we're doing. I know people want to see more shit, but we're a little limited. And I just wanted to do something that was a little different, just on the heels of doing the Mizkif thing. Uh, Yes, there is the absolutely watching the Tectone. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that Tectone had to endure the awfulness that was Frogan once again. I thought that was amazing. It was a fantastic time. Really, really enjoyed that. So tonight we are going to be fucking with the Team Fortress 2 setup. We're going to be doing quite a bit. It should be a pretty good time. So let's oh, before we get started, right? I absolutely have to. Hey Rex, thanks man, I appreciate you. And there is gonna be quite a bit more. Nux, his second adventure is in the pipe, so that is gonna be a thing. Don't worry about it. There's gonna be quite a bit of cool stuff. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the Team Fortress 2 thing that we're doing live action. It's a challenge, right? The am I going to do a Denims vid anytime soon? She died in season 1, episode 8. She got clapped by Tectone, or was that episode 9? One of the two. Yeah, she got deleted. Her, Casey, and Frogan are dead. It is just Hassan that is in the wild. We will see them again, but until that happens, we're not gonna include them in any of the content. Yeah, the Super Jew 2, that is gonna be a time. It's gonna be pretty excellent. So, before we get into the Team Fortress 2 and why we're doing Team Fortress 2, it's kind of important to talk about something else. And a lot of people, I know there's a few people that have already addressed it, but I'm going to talk about it because I made a post on it. It happened to go pretty fucking wild, and it's actually amazing. Where one side of the argument, which is voice actors are hired to do a job, they are not game designers, they shouldn't have any input on anything outside of whether their voice actually sounds good in the game, or however they want to say that. But they are not designers, they are not the ones that are there for the original intent of characters. And why am I even talking about this when it's not even kind of in my lane? Well, the reason I'm talking about this is from the AI perspective and how these people are accelerating the death of an industry. So, real quick, I don't want to listen to this. You know what? That's an improvement. There. Let's just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that right there. Yep, sums it up. Anyways, okay. So real quick, I just want to talk about this super fast, and then we'll get into all of the bullshit with the Team Fortress 2 thing. What if I become Wizard of Eye and AI filter stream and every now and then the antics? Yeah, that could be a pretty fucking cool. But all right, let's talk about this fucking clown really quick. Demanding somebody change their character. If I sit down and I design a character, or if Nux said, "Hey, change my character," you want to know what I would say? Not doing it. Or if Tectone didn't like his character, not changing it. It is my decision as the creator to make what I want to create, right? I am not going to take other people's input necessarily in creating that. Now, when we're live, right? When we're live and we're, making something from scratch, that's a different story, right? Because it's a community shitpost. But I'm not gonna fucking care what somebody has to say about their character. It doesn't fucking matter to me. And if somebody voice acts and they say, "Hey, I don't like how you made my character look," well, I paid you to do something, and that's all you're supposed to do. It's pretty self-explanatory what what the situation here is. Now, I know that Overwatch caters to these sorts of individuals. I get that. I know that that's absolutely what they do. So it's not a fucking surprise that they did this in order to hit a character with an ugly stick, make him gay, and do all of this other nonsense. We know that that's what Overwatch does, because that's the sort of audience they cater to, which for some reason they think exists. And just on as a side note, Blizzard is absolutely beyond stupid for going that route. I really want to hone in on the fact that how do most people know about Overwatch and how do most people engage with Overwatch as a whole? Well, that would be adult content. They're looking at all of the SFM shit that people make. They look at all of the adult content is how a lot of people were exposed to Overwatch in the first place. Now, Blizzard, they could have continued to make skins and kind of skew in that direction while also kind of, doing a little bit of maybe keeping a little bit of modesty, maybe having stuff there for the gooners. But listen, they had so much potential and they could have made so much fucking money. An unbelievable amount of money by making thirst trap skins. We know they sell. I have it doesn't do anything for me in a game, especially when you can't even see the character, but we know they sell. So they had a golden opportunity. Instead, they went the opposite route and they are just an absolute dismal failure for doing so. Now, why do I care about this? Why are we talking about this stupid bitch? Well, the reason we're talking about this stupid bitch in the first place is the fact that getting a developer to change a character model because you wanted a self insert or whatever the case may be is extremely narcissistic in the first place. It's not like fuck, take Keanu Reeves, right? He wanted to be in Cyberpunk 2077. He was a voice actor. Cool. That's part of the contract. That's what they agreed to. But when that's not in your contract, that's not what you agreed to. You don't get to self insert. That's not how reality functions. And the fact that she is so confident that she put out a video about it in the first place, what does that tell every single person? Well, that tells every single person that this is what she is going to continue to do. She clearly wants to keep pushing an agenda. And, you know, companies love making money, and a lot of them have values that they really love to have or claim they have for optics purposes. Take Bethesda, for example. During Gay Pride Month, they never turn their icon in the Middle East into rainbow colors. I wonder why that is. But they love to pander and virtue signal as much as possible because they think it's going to make them money. But here's the thing that's really important to understand. AI is so much better than anybody can comprehend. It is so capable, and every single day I am learning new models, new ways of doing things that blow everything out of the water, and there are new grounds being broken every single day. And it is not even close to being what people think they are from 2 years ago. It's not even close to the old garbage voiceovers that people are used to. Or if you're one of those individuals that consumes things like body cams, the amount of people that do text to speech and it's the same fucking text to speech every single time, that's because they're not paying for more premium models. You AI voice acting is pretty fucking good and emotive and amazing. You can really really do some shit with AI voice acting. Now, why does that matter? Well, companies, they will pander as much as they want, but you know what they don't like? You know what a company doesn't like? They don't like controversy. They really really don't like controversy. Um who's the crazy person eating Sharpies? Oh, we're covering up this clown. Don't worry about it. So, let's just be really clear that the more you and the rest of the squeaky wheels that you have demand change, the worse it's going to be. And you are going to be replaced. This individual is yet another dumbass in a long line of dumb motherfuckers that is accelerating AI taking over their jobs. And this is going to happen in any industry where this sort of shit is pushed and it's not popular with the players. It is going to happen all the time. She used to be a streamer. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is she is using her narcissism in order to push an agenda, and I am not okay with that. Now, really quick, just because so many people don't understand this, let me show you guys something really quick. And I promise this is actually going to be an educational um adventure here. Give me just a moment. I literally just had this fucking image pulled up. Da, 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 da. Where did I save it? Me and saving things, man, I have a fucking problem in not putting things in the right fucking folders. Uh, nope, that's the, uh, nope, not that one. Yeah, not that one. Um, where was it? You know what? I know who sent it to me. Let me find it. Give me just 1 second, guys, because this is really important. I swear to God, I knew exactly where it was, but apparently I'm too fucking stupid. And I don't remember. We're going up. Asobi, you're the one that sent it to me. If you have it on hand, actually, it's the one of Keanu Reeves that you sent. That was I remember we were talking about what images you. There it is. Found it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Save image. Oh fuck. Um. Yeah. All right. All right. Real quick. This is important. I promise. And then we're gonna get into this. All right. Okay. So real quick, let me show you something. Would I ever join the Slopcast with Tectone? If he wants me on there, I absolutely would do that. Can we get Party Boy 69, the woman's disturbing? Yeah. We're gonna get rid of it. Okay. So check this out. Gentlemen, I want you guys to understand something very important. This used to be peak. This used to be the best that AI can actually create. This was what? The best we could do last January? Thereabouts? For realistic images? Okay, understand. Last year. Now we can do this. Hey, Larry, no, dude, have a good one, man. Don't worry about it. But now we can create this. So I just want people to understand when they say, oh, AI is not going to replace our jobs. Oh, AI is not going to do this. Oh, AI is terrible. Oh, all this, blah, blah, blah. Fucking hating on AI. Let me tell you, if you don't learn AI, you will be left behind, especially if you're in an industry that can be automated like that. If you're in any sort of physical trade or whatever, you're good for the rest of your life. You're never going to worry about a single fucking thing. But this, if you're telling me that, oh yeah, we're not going to see fucking, AI voice acting is not going to pick up, motherfucker, I can do this. I have 9 people. I have 9 individual people, all with their unique costumes. It's just one of those things where you would watch this. Well, guess what? We're making this. This is our project today. We're going to be making this exact thing. But that's kind of my point is you want to fight against AI, you think it's not going to replace you, especially somebody that's a voice actor, buddy. Voice acting, programming, and video games, those are all going to be absolutely non-existent in the current form they are. They're going to become single-man things. So, is there a way we can assign a voice to a specific character yet? Yes. Now, how that sounds, I don't really know. We're going to figure that out, right? So, it makes you very glad that AI can't possibly do your job. I know, and I know what you mean. And listen, there's quite a few jobs where that's going to be the case, right? And In the creative world, AI is absolutely going to be the main tool that a lot of people use. It is absolutely amazing what AI can do. The reason that we can't just automate everything across, all tech industries or anything that uses computers or databases or anything like that is the error rate of AI is still way too high. It is higher than human error. And that is a problem. It needs to be below human error in order for it to matter. And as someone that has worked with it and built things extensively, I can tell you that is a massive problem. Will it get there? Of course it will. But yeah, the activists are cooked. They are. They are. Again, last time before we get started with this, peak last year, best we could do. You can see it's pretty fucking scuffed. You know what? Let's download this. Let's download it. Oh, it downloaded as a JPEG. Oh well, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, it wants to be a piece of shit today. Regardless, regardless, all I'm saying, it's gonna be pretty fucking hard for people to compete. Now, I've said before, your biggest issue is AI sabotaging your code just before your usage. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Now, here's the thing that's important to understand about AI and business. Okay, last little bit, and then we'll get straight into our development. But listen, here's the biggest thing about AI and companies. A company prefers a human. Why does a company prefer a human? It doesn't. It's you can work with somebody, you can collaborate, you have a you can create something pretty wonderful and you can get results. There's quite a bit that can be gained by human interaction, right? I think that's pretty universal. I don't think anyone's going to disagree, right? The customer prefers a human. Yes, absolutely. But here's the thing, when the humans that you employ start to become a problem rather than a boon to your business, that's when AI takes over. And unfortunately, we are at that flashpoint when it comes to voice acting. I think we're there. We really are. AI doesn't come up with original ideas. That's a flaw of AI. Yeah, I know. But my point is that companies prefer humans until humans become too much of a burden on business. And I'm not even talking about cost, right? I'm not even talking about like cost savings, like how often they'll fire a senior developer so they don't have to give them a pay raise, and then they, hire some more junior developers and promote somebody that's going to take, not be as much as the previous person was. Like, listen, we all know that happens, but I'm not even talking about that. When people internally become too big of a problem, that's when companies really shift to AI. And all of the AI that currently exists in business, it sucks, right? Everybody that's currently using AI is pretty fucking terrible. No business is using anything up to date. No one's using anything that's actually going to be truly beneficial. Like, how many times have you seen somebody talk about AI and they're sitting there showing like, "Oh, look, I made a to-do app." Whoa. I made something that scrapes text. Cool. If you're talking about something that's more advanced, like you're able to scrape, documents and images. Okay, that's a little bit more interesting. But the problem that you run into is none of them know what the fuck they're doing with it, and they're being sold products by OpenAI and Google that they really can't utilize their full extent. The only people that are using AI in their actual full capacity are creatives. So that's kind of the way it is. $5,000 robot per cost. Yes, it is absolutely, and Well, here's the other thing too, Trent. Even if you were to say, replace everybody in a warehouse that's moving goods around and having to pick packages from, like, you have your little fucking iPad, you're looking at for all the items you got to pick from all your little bins. I've done that job. I know what that is, and I'm sure plenty of you guys know what I'm talking about. You got all the pick bins, you got to go and you got to find all the different shit. Pay $20,000 a pop to get those fucking Boston Dynamic dog robots with the arm attachments to do that. And that is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than paying for a whole lot of employees that want to not do their job or are completely and totally inefficient. And unfortunately, that is the route that Amazon is taking, and I think a lot of others are as well. Robots don't need lights on either. It's all LiDAR. Yes, absolutely. Are we close to Goonerbots yet? There's quite a few that are out there. Absolutely, quite a few. Most of them you just have to build or assemble. They are not user friendly in setting up, but you can do that if that is something that you really really want to do, and you have a few $1,000s to burn. Insurance is a big one. Yes. Yes, not having to pay insurance, not having to pay medical, not having to pay dental, all that shit. That is a huge load off of a company. It's really, really big. You see the AI realize their life. Yes, I've seen that before. I have. They're doing the classic little butter robot thing that all he does is pass the butter. Yes, I know. That's exactly their what they're getting to. But anyways, all I really wanted to do was just talk about this stupid clown that is making changes to a game that we don't need changes made to, and just because she is just overly narcissistic. Also, side note, you can also tell a lot about how people are looking at an issue and who is in the right, who's in the wrong, or who is actually being rational and reasonable about this whole thing. Everybody that sees my perspective, where a voice actor shouldn't be the one to dictate designs because that is not the voice actor's place. They're pretty respectful about it. Everybody that's against it, you get death threats, you get all sorts of nasty shit. And it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny when you see that they don't have any arguments outside of attacking your character. It is wildly amusing that that is all that they have. There's a couple of them, I think, that said that the community wanted the changes, but it doesn't fucking matter to me, right? If Blizzard sees all of that, any game developer will tell you, yes, we see all the feedback. They see everything. They know the issues that players have with characters. And if they wanted to make the change, they would have made the change. But it shouldn't be on somebody else to force it. Anyways. Anyways. As Aswin would say, a 2%er, yes. Yes, unions will try their damnedest to ensure that humans keep their jobs, making eternal minimum wage at the cost of the rest of the economy. Um, okay. Yes. Here I'm gonna do one short little spiel. I'm gonna try and keep it short on unions and the problems with unions. Unions exist for a valid purpose, but they are quite often weaponized against a company in a pretty atrocious way. And it can be pretty bad. And is this real Team Fortress? Yes, we're gonna do live action Team Fortress. So here's the thing about unions. When I worked in aerospace, there are quite a few companies, or I think almost all airlines are unionized. To get the union to come in, it's what, a 30%, 40% vote from the board to get them in, and then they have to get board seats, for union members, and to get them out of a company, I think it's a 75% vote or something like that. So once you get a union in a company, you're never getting rid of them. I can't tell you the amount of problems that existed on the floor and the amount of calls that I had to deal with and maintenance issues that I had to deal with because people wanted to be lazy in the union on the floor, and a lot of it's not my job, not my problem type people that don't give a fuck. And it caused and it wasted a ton of money for that aerospace firm. It was an absolute disaster. I can't think of anything that is worse for it than them. Now, they have their benefits. They absolutely do have their benefits, but you couldn't fire somebody for repeatedly destroying things. Or there was somebody that I remember. They had their floor managers had these little scooters, right? And they're these you know what I'm talking about. Like if you've seen like a groundskeeper on like those little fucking scooters and shit with like the like the little metal plating with like little fucking X's on it or whatever that's like painted. Those sorts of scooters. And so they were very passionate about their specific scooters. This one dude kept calling in saying that his brakes were bad and they kept failing and he had to keep pushing them all the way to down to the floor. And whenever that they would get worked on, they kept saying they were trying to kill him, they were malicious, they were trying to be murderers, all this, that, and the other, putting in a huge amount of complaints through the union, which is a pretty significant deal, and they had to all be addressed. Do you want to know what ended up happening? Well, what ended up happening is we watched them from cameras. We had people on the floor watching and seeing what the dude was doing. He was driving with 2 feet. He always had 1 foot on the brake, always depressing the brake as he was driving forward. So he was bleeding the brake line the entire time. It was atrocious. And when he was confronted about it, he denied it, he lied, and he continued to put in tickets. And grievances continued to get filed. In legally, we couldn't ignore them, but we all knew exactly what the issue was and couldn't fire him, even though he cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in maintenance hours and just looking at this thing and investigating it when we knew the issue is that he's a fucking idiot. So yeah. Unions, sometimes they can be beneficial, and they did have their place. At one point, they absolutely did, but now, nah. Nah, I don't think they have a place at all. Anyways, let's look at what we're making today. Today, I want to make a live action Team Fortress 2 movie trailer, a fake trailer for a movie that could look like Team Fortress 2. Now, why am I choosing Team Fortress 2? Well, it's interesting. If you look at the characters of Team Fortress 2, they're pretty exaggerated. It's pretty difficult to get Team Fortress 2 characters and trying to find the right cast and the right people that you can make work in this environment. I think we did. I think. But it's not that it's peak. That's not why at all. It's because these characters are all overly exaggerated in their own ways, making live action adaptation pretty difficult. And there's a lot of things that are similar to that. Uh, but but I think we chose a good cast for this. And I want to see if we can make something that feels like Team Fortress, looks like it's going to be fun, and maybe make a fake trailer. Now, if I want to do a full like short film with this, I'm just going to be upfront about it. I did make a post. It's probably going to be about $1,000 worth of credits in order to make an actual Team Fortress 2 movie. So if we wanted to do that, hey, we gotta figure out something with Patreon and all this other stuff in order to fund that more, because it is going to be very expensive on top of everything else. But right now we're only focused on just making a trailer, and if it's something we want to do, it'll work. So we're going to go from our characters from left to right. I'm going to show you what we got, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to keep them consistent in our video. Once I show you guys how I do that from start to finish, then we're going to start writing our script of what we want to have happen, the shots that we kind of want to get, and we'll see what we can make happen with it. So from left to right, we have Vin Diesel as the soldier. I honestly, that was a no brainer to me. Vin Diesel, I mean, Jason Statham, I think could have kind of worked, but I think Vin Diesel with his facial features, I think works better. Uh, Michael Fassbender as the medic, it's a solid fucking choice. I can't think of anyone that would be play that German doctor uh that looks young quite that well. Obviously, what's his name that played the SS officer from Inglorious Bastards? You know, maybe he could have done well. But this I think is pretty excellent. We have Matthew Lillard, the dude that played Shaggy from Scooby Doo, is Scout. We have Bubbles, of course, as engineer. Absolutely matches every that entire character to a T, in my opinion. Scout, you thought of Nico Ortiz. I mean, if there's people around that we could probably make like work in there, and Nico could work as a Scout, but I don't know. Shaggy from Scooby Doo, I think, sounded funnier to me, and that I don't know. Whoever suggested that was amazing. and then and then I forget which one of you fuckers recommended it, but Dennis Rodman as the demo man. Uh, that was a choice. Then we got Batista as Heavy. That was actually a generation that we got from Nano Banana. Um, James. Holy shit! I'm gonna fuck his name up. James Ransone as Spy. He seemed like that. Please make Super Ultra Music its own song. I will. In fact, just because of that, as soon as I walk through the characters, then I will go ahead and upload it on Spotify. How's that? Yeah, James Ransone, he seems to fit that fucking thing, that character arc. Uh, Danny DeVito as the Pyro. I mean, why not? I was trying to get Beetlejuice, but it just wasn't working. And then Steven Seagal as a sniper. I don't know. I think that's a pretty funny throwaway there. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think this is going to be one of the wildest things I've ever created. And real quick, just because for that super chatter, let me grab the song. Actually, no, I have it downloaded. Let me go to SoundCloud really quick. I'll just upload it. With the Barry White song, it was "This GIF is gay as fuck." Let me open this. Is this it? Yep, that one. All right. All right, and then the artwork. Ooh, what am I going to use for that? I think it's just going to be, yeah, perfect. Advanced, no permissions. Allow downloads. And all right, it is now on SoundCloud. If you guys would like to download that, it is available on SoundCloud now. There you go. Cast as gold. I honestly, this seems like the perfect cast for it. If I had to go like with an all-star cast, I like. I don't know. I can't think of anyone that would be a better fit for any of these characters. While like, especially because of the tone of Team Fortress in the first place. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So, let me walk you guys through how we're going to do this, and also so that you guys can do this yourself with your own creations. So for this, I am using Higgsfield AI, and it is the best image generator that I know of. There isn't anything that is better than Higgsfield as far as getting realistic cinematic shots. You can use something like Nano Banana if you want to, if that's all that you have available, but All you got to do, and because right now we're prepping this for Kling, so we can use elements. All you got to do is you have your prompt, and you just have this identifier at the end of it is white background, front, back, and both side profiles as a character sheet. So it's going to generate something that looks like this. This isn't a final image. This is your base image to work off of. Steven Seagal is a piss poor actor. Oh, I know. He is absolutely terrible, but that's why we're choosing him as Sniper, because I think it would be fucking hilarious. Uh, so what you're going to do is, as this is suggesting here, you're going to slice an image up into 4 distinct different images, right? So you have your front, your sides, and your back. The reason we need this is so when Kling is generating a video, when we put in our elements, it can actually understand all of the facets of our character. It's really important that we have that. Did I see Frank Reynolds in the thumb? I don't know. You can also steal the data and not pay every time you generate something. What do you mean? That's a confusing statement. I don't understand what you're talking about. Because you pay the second you click generate. I'm really confused. If you have a concept how to get it, then that would be excellent. But my point is that with all of this, you can generate your characters and you can have it look pretty fucking amazing. But you definitely want to do that so you get your profiles for Kling. So speaking of, let's go to Kling 3. And we're going to do Omni. Element. Don't need that. Let's see. Yeah, if you have a concept as to how to pirate this shit, I mean, you can certainly post about it, but there isn't any way to pirate it that I know of. Unless you're talking about stealing what I'm doing on screen. That's a little different. Thing 3, we're going to change Omni. What do I use Kling 3 on? I use it for the I'm using it on Higgsfield and on OpenArt. Uh okay, that was too much to hopeful. All right. Danny and Arnold need a duo to look like twins. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's going to be the easiest way to split this? What exact program and version am I using? I'm using Higgsfield AI. Higgsfield.ai. What am I going to use in order to get this? Okay, we're going to try it this way. Also, I don't have access to Seed Dance 3 or Seed Dance 2 yet. So as soon as I do, then we will be able to fuck with that. But right now, I do not have access to that. Oh, okay, that did work. Excellent. There's one. Two. Three. Spell it. I will post the links in chat. Okay, so I'm now generating my character. Okay, so we're gonna use the element. We're gonna test this. We're gonna see what we could do. Um. Kicks down a door. In a live action. Kicks down a door to a dark room. Spins up his minigun and begins firing while slowly sweeping it side to side. He is laughing. As like heavy from Team Fortress 2 camera moves to watch him from above. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Duration, let's make it 8 seconds, 1080p. All right, let's see what start frame is needed. Okay. Cinema Studio. Second. Yeah, if there's a way to actually use this, then that would be great. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. Dark with a door visible faintly on the far side of the room. Windows are boarded up and small shafts of light pierce the darkness, and a warehouse that has fortified with fighting with blue theming to live action that all right. Shit, that's 21 by 9. I need 16 by 9. Give me a second. Yeah, just post it in the Discord if you find something. I don't think that there is a Higgs field that works like that, but yeah, the Higgs field is currently the best of the best. And honestly, I don't even think you can do anything with Higgs field. There's very few the models that I use, there's very few that you can actually get the model for, and that's kind of the problem. Like if we were doing it in like WAN 2.1 or I was doing stable diffusion shit, like it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But unfortunately, uh, that is not the case. Okay, this looks pretty good. All right, now we're gonna see if. All right, we have two tests here. We have two tests. The first thing that I'm testing is I'm looking at, does it get our character? Does it get our heavy in properly? If it doesn't, that's going to cause some problems. But we'll reach that. We'll get to that if when we reach that point. The other. Okay, there it is. The other thing. So okay, Cling 3. Number of things. First, we're saying without having our character how the elements work. Hopefully that this works as the element and we'll be able to generate this exactly as we want to and it'll look good. The second is we're testing our voices. We're going to see if it gives it Batista's voice, if it gives us the heavy voice, if it gives us something entirely random. If it gives us something random, then we're going to have to do some post-process work with the voices, probably extracting the audio with Suno Studio in order to do that properly. And then we're also saying, can it understand what a minigun is? So we're doing something pretty. We're trying here. We're trying to see what we can do. Burn that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, pretty much. So, we'll figure that out here shortly. But for the most part, we got a lot that we have hopes on for this generation. If this works, excellent. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and we'll come up with something different. Hey Thunder, what's up, dude? And Asobi, yeah, I agree. I agree. It doesn't matter if it's the concept of what you're doing and what you're discussing. That's the issue. It has nothing to do with whether it's for AI or not. But for the thing that's also important to note is you're unless you're not going to get there unless somebody knows. Okay, let me put it this way. You're not going to get Veo. If Veo exists as a model, I guarantee it would be elsewhere already in a much crazier capacity. But even if it existed, even if the Higgs field model or Veo or Kling, in Kling 3 specifically, or anything like that is out there and publicly available as a model to download and run locally, I don't have the hard drive space that would be required to even have those models. Those are extraordinarily large because they contain all of the training data. So there's no way that it would be there. You're just looking for I don't Kling 3, you're not going to find Kling 3 because it just came out. Veo 3, I could see Veo 3 existing. But yeah, the power and everything, it it wouldn't work. If we're just talking about images, that's one thing, right? Images are pretty easy to do locally. Like chatbot generating text, that's depending on your graphics card and your system, that can be easy, but it's also still pretty fucking limited. You're probably going to use like RunPod for that. Yeah, Yeah, even and that's also so 10 terabytes, that's even assuming that it works in the first place and what else is needed. These models that people are using are astronomical in size. That's why like SSD prices are through the fucking roof. Also, like SSD prices are going straight up because it's wild. PewDiePie has 85090s for his server. No, he does not have 85090s. He got didn't it wasn't it 4 H100s that he put in there? I don't think he did 5090s. He did a whole video on him doing that. And he went with the fucking H100s, I believe, or 200s or whatever the fuck. But yeah, these models are fucking huge. Ev- Most people that do homebrew AI, you guys are used to the small models like Llama, Gemma, things like that. You're used to the small little models that might take maybe 100 gigs or so. But man, when you're talking about video models to this level, it's absolutely absurd. Massive build. He'd only need two H100s for that. No, he went balls to the fucking wall. He did a whole video on it where he wanted the really high context and instantaneous chat GPT like functionality. Llama dumb as fuck now. Yeah, it is. But the other thing too is that a lot of people were buying the Mac Pros to get a terabyte of RAM, and this is uh like September, whenever DeepSeek came out, or it was a few months after DeepSeek R1 came out. There were people getting the MacBook, or the not the MacBook, but the Mac Pros that had almost a terabyte of RAM because they could load the entire model into RAM. And you now know why a lot of RAM is so expensive, because you can get things really, really fucking quick if something is loaded into RAM. There's a lot of people that have played with loading things into RAM for a long time. That also used to be kind of a trick that some people did that were really wanted to flex, where they could load entire games into RAM. But people just don't do that anymore. It's too much. Just so you know, one H100 cost nearly 60,000. They are now about 60,000. Yes, they are very, very expensive. Yeah, it's all of this stuff, doing it all locally. It is so outrageously outclassed by being able to do stuff on a web service. Like, I just don't know why people that don't have deep pockets even bother to do that. And for somebody like me, I can spend. Let me do the math. Let me do the math. I know on average it's $500 a month is what it takes for me to do my AI shit, right? And that's everything. That's Google, that's Kling, that's OpenArt, that's all this shit, right? Per year. $6,000 a year is what it costs me to run these at current prices, right? Maybe these are subject to change, but at current prices, I would get 10 years of generating models and generating content for $60,000. Why would I buy an H100? Like, for me, it doesn't make sense because I'm not doing SaaS. If I was doing SaaS and I was building like a custom SaaS server, there's no point to ever do that. And maybe here and there I'll top up credits, but still, 10 years of generating content for $60,000 is beyond absurd. So yeah, it's just it when you put things into perspective like that, it's wild. Even ketamine dreaming. Hold on, let me do this math really quick, just so you guys can get the worst case scenario. Give me a second. I promise. We'll watch our generation here in just a moment. But this is kind of a big deal. Okay, so that's what, 36 minutes. So what, 36 times 60 plus 17 times 0.75 times 4. Okay. That's how much it would have cost if I had used the Veo 3 API. Just the Veo 3 API, and I was doing it by the second to generate. And that would have been wait, hold on, is that correct? I want to make sure that's correct. 36 times 60 plus 17 times 0.75 times 4. Okay, that was way off. Still, $6,531 if I did Ketamine Dreamin' on its own. 591. There's no fucking way. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. $6,531 if I did all of Ketamine Dreamin', the entire movie, the 36 minutes and 17 seconds. If I did all of that by the second with Veo 3. And that's using the API to do that. And I multiplied that number by 4 just to count for alternative generations, because by the second is still by the second. Instead, we did per 8 seconds. So it's about a dollar per 8 seconds. Actually, make that $4 per 8 seconds roughly, and sometimes $16 per 8 seconds to generate that movie. But even that is still so much cheaper to do than buy a fucking, a high-end GPU like that. I only care about a high-end GPU to do local image processing. Doing video, no, not doing that. So, let's see. All the AI companies are buying up even unfettered RAM. They're trying to inflate the price. No, they're trying to get they're doing something different. They need they need as much RAM as they possibly can, so they can continue scaling super hard. That 10 terabytes, right? That 10 terabytes for the smallest one that you saw. Think about what it even requires is RAM to run that shit, and not even the VRAM. Like it's they're buying as much as they can because there just isn't enough. And they need as much as possible in order to continue to run these, whether it's for research purposes or SaaS. Kind of the way it is. And we're reaching a point where there isn't supply. There's too much demand, there isn't supply. And then when that there okay. Here's how tech is working. Really simple, but you just gotta hang in with me. So, supply doesn't exist, pretty much. Everything is being gobbled up by AI companies and data centers that need to scale. And we're not talking about just AI data centers. We're talking about next generation data centers. We're talking about all the supercomputers that people are trying to build. We're talking about all the SIs that are needed to get stuff like Dell. Like there's a lot of pressure on RAM, and a lot of it is from data centers for AI. Okay, so that's one thing. We don't have enough manufacturing capability to make RAM to meet that supply. So that's a problem, and that's going to inflate prices. Now, what we're going to run into a lot faster, and it's going to happen pretty fucking soon, I would assume probably within the next 2 years roughly, we're going to reach a point where it doesn't even matter if you can get the supply because there's not enough power. And that is going to be the killer. And also power and all these power grids and everything like that, power is also necessary. It also takes some of these chips and some of this technology in manufacturing space. So there is going to be a point where it doesn't matter. It's going to just be so fucking high that people are paying way too much money. They realize, oh, there isn't even electricity to turn this fucking shit on. And even if there was electricity, we can't wait around for investors in order to get a power plant online, which is going to take 5 to 10 years of regulatory bullshit. And no one's cutting that down. So you're just going to, you will run into that wall. And these companies, a lot of them are going to go out of business. They're going to crash and burn. I anticipate NVIDIA actually being one of those that's going to completely and utterly die. I think that it is 100% going to crash to a tremendous degree because they're going too fucking hard into this. 1.21 gigawatts. No, you don't understand just how much power these things need. We are going to run out of power generation for them. It's not going to be possible to power all of these on, and a lot of them aren't even powered on right now. A lot of them don't even have power because they're not even being built all the way. They're just acquiring tech. The bubble is going to pop. The bubble is going to pop, and it's going to take a lot of companies with it. AMD, water too. I mean, to an extent, sure, but like that's not the biggest concern. The biggest concern is the fact that there's not going to be enough power, and when that happens and people sit around for too long, they need to recoup their losses. They're going to sell. The bubble is going to pop. It's going to be an absolute fucking nightmare. The AI probably has 5 years before it normalizes. Uh, you can't. Hold on. Unfettered RAM is useless. It needs chips, and data centers don't use normal RAM. They use server RAM. They've just been exposed. They can't use it. I don't know what they're using it for. I have no idea. But there has to be a use for it that they can find. But the point is, the point still stands. There is going to reach a point where these companies can't just milk investors anymore. They can't just keep milking the economy and thinking the number goes up. There is going to be a heavy, heavy crash. And too many people are too invested in AI. I have enough skills that I can pivot to something else, right? I'm not worried about that. The companies that should be worried is like OpenAI that have an inferior and really shitty product. In ChatGPT, Sora, everything that they have to offer is fucking terrible. Google, they make some decent stuff, and China is actually coming out with some pretty insane shit, and Google really, really needs to catch up pretty fucking badly. So, you don't think the big boys will die? Nvidia is going to crash because their bread and butter is GPUs. And if all these companies default on all the orders that they have, and Nvidia can't sell it for what they're buying it for, they're gonna crash. They're gonna die. That's just the nature of things. You don't think Nvidia is not buying things at some low fucking rate. That's not they're buying things at inflated rates because they keep demanding more and keep wanting more. It's the way it is. It's gonna be really bad. Gemini has been pretty good for coding, even though everyone loves Claude. Gemini has been really good. Claude is it depends on what you're doing. Like Gemini, for the most part, is pretty good. If you really want to hone down on something, Claude can be better. Especially it is natively the best for MCP shit. But it's really, I don't know. It's Grok, Gemini, Claude, they're all fantastic. Would I fucking ever use GPT? Fuck no. GPT sucks balls. Even if there was electricity, is there enough cooling power to run it? That doesn't even that's such an outlandish question because there is so little power generation in the first place that that's not even like something that you can even get to. It's not even it's not even there. And it's not like you're gonna cause the heat death of the planet because you have so many data centers. It's just that's not gonna happen. Isn't that the next logical bottleneck? No, the bottleneck is power and how much power can you generate? And how do you generate the most amount of power cleanly, effectively, and efficiently? That's nuclear. And that's not gonna happen. Nvidia fallen into a circular investment loop. Yes, they are going to die. Nvidia is going to absolutely die a horrible death because they chose to do this. Now, here let me be very clear about Nvidia and also their problems because Jensen Huang is a fucking piece of shit that can't keep his mouth shut. When he told investors at an earnings call that his GPUs are going to be just as good 6 years from now, every single one of us that is a PC gamer or even in the enterprise space, that's fucking bullshit. They're not a GPU from 6 fucking years ago is not nearly as competitive or good as a current generation GPU. He's gaslighting people to sell now, and that's what he's trying to do. Sell now, but it's gonna come at a pretty horrendous cost. Nuclear power plants require cooling too. Yeah, but we're not gonna run out of cooling. We're just not going to run out of cooling before we run out of power. And we're not going to get nuclear power because it requires way too long to do there or to even make it. I don't know how many people have done documentaries on how absolutely ridiculous it is to get there. That's a lie. You work in a commercial nuclear power plant. Okay, how long did it take for your nuclear power plant to come online? And how many other power plants have failed or can't even have just not even started because of the regulations that exist? You can work at one and that's cool. It is a genuinely cool job, but it's not that we're not building a tremendous amount of them in order to have the supply that we need. It's not happening. It's literally just not happening. We could be, but we're so focused on wind and all this other green bullshit that doesn't fucking do anything. they make money introducing new hardware. You don't think there's 20? There's a lot more than 20 nuclear power plants in the United States. There's a lot more than 20. In fact, let me look it up really quick. Da, 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 da. I swear there's a lot more than 20. Yeah, this says there's currently 54 plants with the 94 reactors. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot more than 20. It took 10 years for years, but new nuclear is looking for into thorium instead of uranium. Yeah, but here's my point, right? It took 10 years for yours, and nuclear power plants are fantastic because it is clean energy. It is clean energy, and people that don't understand nuclear think that it's fucking Chernobyl all the time. But my point is that it even if someone starts now and it takes, let's just say they get fast tracked, right? Let's just be very, very generous, and let's say that somebody gets fast tracked and they get approved and they finish and they get everything done in, let's just say, 7 years, which would be blazing fast to get that done. The demand, you would be capping out at capacity with the amount of data centers that people want to build, and it would not be enough. You would not be able to supply enough electricity for what they want. Like, it's wild. I don't understand. I just don't understand why uh we haven't been on top of energy production. I wish we had, but no, China is absolutely destroying in the energy sector. Wish it was. Yesterday, waiting for thorium to getting approved. We make mini modular in 6 months, enough for a cutty. Yeah, I know we can, but it's just it's all the red tape that it takes to get there, right? It's all the red tape. It's just it's fucking it's absolutely ridiculous at what it is. All right, let's see what we got with our generation. Let's see what our $1,000 RAM for 64 gigs of just basic shit. What do we get? Okay, that's fucking terrible, but that it sounded like him though. Right? Am I wrong? Not buff enough? I know, but it sounded it Can we get away with it? Let's see. And then hold on, getting in, and it is hip begins to fire. Let's try again. Let's put some fucking words in there, and let's see if we can get Batista's voice. Listen, if I can get fucking Batista's voice on this, it could be. I know it could be better. But I'm just saying, if I can get the voice, we're cooking with gas, and there's a lot less that I really have to do, and we'll be able to play with it. But we're gonna test it. Um. Yes, I know Chernobyl is lots of problems. The lab not burn enough. I know. I can. The minigun. Don't worry about like the gun sounds. I can fucking fix that. That's pretty easy. That's really easy. One of RTGs will be an option for data centers. I don't know. Maybe, maybe the. I mean, reality. Yes, they would be, but the real question you have to ask yourself is that gonna get would that get approved? And what would be necessary for that to be approved? One fuel rod lasts 2 years, but you do 4 months of paperwork replacing it. Yeah, yeah. It's all the bureaucracy. It's all the fucking bureaucracy. Do you want it Batista voiced then heavy voiced? Makes yeah. I really want it to be Batista. That's kind of I because we're trying to do a live action as though that's what it is. Elon purchased 3 gas turbines from Germany, broke down and reassembled for Grok. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. One uranium 235 rod produces as much power as 300,000 metric tons of oil. Yep, yep. People and also and here's the side note also that you didn't include, but you know that this is it's an accepted fact that it's also clean. That 300,000 metric tons of oil, not so clean. One uranium 235 rod, pretty clean. You're just making steam. So I don't know. I think it's wild that people are against nuclear in the first place. Nuclear to me is the and has always been the real answer. People just want to point to all of the accidents, and that's all they see. All they care about is all of the problems that they've seen over the years. That's it, right? You say nuclear, Chernobyl. You say nuclear, 3 Mile Island. I don't remember 3 Mile Island being fucking awful. I don't think it was like it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Such a great time AI. You don't have the DMCA for AI generated stuff. Pay W. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It also doesn't need. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Josh. There's lots of whenever you're talking about any sort of machinery, you absolutely do need some sort of lubrication oil. You can't get around that. But we're talking about the oil being used as the power production method. The only thing that isn't clean about nuclear is it heats up the water it's built next to. But if you want electric only cars, you have to have nuclear reactors. Yes, but you have nuclear fission byproducts like cesium. Yeah, yeah, you do have that too. Here's the other side of everything, because and Brand, that's also a fantastic point. Is when you look at Elon Musk telling everybody, "Hey, we're gonna have electric fucking trucks." I, I, they're not gonna be able to pull as much as a diesel engine. That's just not gonna happen. But you can't have the amount of throughput of trucks on the road without nuclear power all over the fucking country powering substations like that. It's just not going to happen. When you even have like Los Angeles having brownouts and blackouts because they can't provide enough fucking power to their residents and they want to go all electric, like if that it's a mess. And I don't know because I'm not a nuclear engineer in more ways than one, but I don't know what it would take to get the San Onofre plant up and running again. But that seems like a no-brainer. Like, hey, turn this bitch back on. Let's figure out what we need to retrofit, and let's get it so we can generate power for Southern California. Seems pretty fucking easy to me. Yes, we need oil everywhere. Of course we do, but we don't using it. There's a lot of reasons why we need it, but if we want to go beyond oil, then a lot more nuclear has to happen. You've been surfing around there your entire life. Yeah, I used to go fishing off of the power plant. I did a lot of halibut. That's pretty good out there. And then there's a couple points that are further out off the coast. There's quite a few kelp patties that are over that way towards San Clemente Island and shit. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. My brother also surfed all the time over near San Onofre and um, near Pendleton and shit. Probably smarter to use oil for lubrication, not combustion. Once you burn it, it's gone. I mean, sure, but I don't know. It's all right. Let's see what we got.
Don't fuck with my sandwich! Don't fuck with my sandwich!
It's okay. I'm not trying to go fucking crazy complicated with this scene. I'm just trying to get something just like done or just to test with it. It sounds okay. It's not. I think if I tune it a little better, I think it'll actually be good. I think if I tune it, it'll be fantastic. But for right now, here's something to also look at, and we're gonna look at a few different frames. So that AI is a lot smoother and cleaner than it usually is. The Kling 3, absolutely a step up. I think to get the face right, I think I'm gonna have to get another image of his face, and so that I can have the facial structure proper. But still, electric engines are below 70 IQ at the core. They're still using oil. Yeah. Need a charge up line. Yeah, it's so close but far enough to hurt. Yeah, I know that I can get it better. This is just more of saying, okay, what can we do? And especially with elements and the fact that it is with just elements and he's not even in the scene. Like he's not in the scene at all and this is what it's making every single time is excellent. That's what I want. That's what I really wanted to find out is how elements really worked, and that's what I really wanted to focus on. And now we're gonna add in some of the rest of our elements so we can really fuck with it. Does it make a differentiation between the actor and the character? If specified Drax, would it sound more like him? I specified that it is Batista the uh as the heavy, but I don't know if it would understand Drax in that context over somebody's name. I think it would actually be very different in that regard. No, can't open that plan again. Okay. I mean, I yeah, I don't know anything about San Onofre and why it was closed down or anything like that, but at the end of the day, it's still and we still need to have it. We still need to have more fucking more nuclear. That just seems like it would have been a pretty easy one to do if it was possible, but it's fine. To override any potential blocks or copyrights is fine. The answer is dumb as hippies. Yeah, I know. The only thing to compete with nuclear power is if you have ocean current powered turbines, but it would kill all the fish. Yeah, but even then, like we already fucked the ocean up enough. We don't need to be putting more shit out there right now. Honestly, the I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Uh, right now, the short term answer is nuclear. What the long term answer is, I don't know what that answer what that would be. If I did, then I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know the best way of wireless transfer. I don't know if you could do that with lasers. I don't fucking know. Who knows? The nuclear titties will be missed. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's And then hold on 1 second. I got an idea. In a second. I need. Let's try that. We're gonna see if we can get like a softer scene. We'll see if we can do that. I do like how it's understanding everything about Team Fortress. That's actually fucking amazing. I love that. It's old enough that it should, but no radiation shielding there. Never walk into that plant. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Did I end up using Rodman or Snipes? Rodman, yes. Spaced out for a sec. What about titties? If you look up the Senate free nuclear titties, you'll see what we're talking about. It's always the titties on the way to fucking Oceanside. Yeah, Rodman was just such an out of pocket fucking call. Like it works so fucking good. And then here he doesn't have the fucking eye patch, but it doesn't matter. Like it's such a good fucking pull. It's too good. I actually remember being I drove on PCH. One of his houses was like near where I used to always drive. Wild fucking place for sure. I love this. So glad you called Rodman. Yeah. About halfway marker between San Diego and LA. Yeah. It's right right next to Camp Pendleton. Yeah, it's a very noticeable place. Yeah, it's absolutely one of the most noticeable things. It's when you mix up thinking Rodman was the actor from Demolition Man because of the hair color. Oh, yeah, no. Rodman was known for being violent and also flamboyant as fuck with his hair. This looks amazing. Large scale nuclear power plant isn't even that expensive on a government scale. Yeah, no, I know that. I know it isn't, but it's so much of it's private investment, and that's what ends up fucking things because people don't want to stick around forever. The one that I know of and I've been to is the one up in Kentucky that they just decided, you know what, fuck it, we're done. You thought Rodman and Snipes look a lot alike in the face? Kinda. Uh, this one's pretty good. I think we're gonna do this one. It's also interesting that it's making me download JPEGs now instead of PNGs by default. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Look how long Vogtel took to get going. You need Congress and a presidential dead set on it. Yeah, I know. You missed. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. Is sitting straight with front. He is playing out. Okay, what do we want him to say? What do we want him to say? Um, let's see. With his minigun in front of him, uh, is dust off. Uh, something saying. You're not educated on the characters; they each have their own personalities. If I wasn't on YouTube, we would watch meet the uh meet the characters. We would watch all of them, but unfortunately, we're on YouTube tonight. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that. Are we doing WWE quotes or TF2 quotes? Give me something TF2 ish that he would be saying as he's sitting down. People are just scared of nuclear for no reason these days. A new plant is one of the safest places on Earth. Yes, I know, but you're what you're really thinking about is the ideological capture that the ideology that people have these days is from um it's all misinformation or willful ignorance or whatever the case may be in the school system that doesn't teach things properly. Like, when I was, in fucking elementary school in the late 90s, for me it was, I was taught by a lot of people that, I don't know, maybe some hippie things maybe here and there, but there was definitely a bias. It wasn't as bad as it is now, but there was definitely a bias when I was a kid. And there's a lot of things that you didn't learn that you learned later in life. And there's also a lot that school just doesn't teach you in general, and you just have to figure out when you're older. So there's no real politics for me. Some good, yeah. But yeah, it's just the boomer misinformation. That's probably the best way to put it, right? Because all people just don't want to understand nuclear. They think it's bad. They think it's evil. They can't comprehend it. All of you are babies. I don't know if I want to. Let me do this. Let me see. All right, that's good. That's good. Move forward. All right, let's see if we can do that. Let's sounds like maybe 10 seconds. Still at 1080p. Uh Let's try that. Let's try that. That's combining two different quotes. Let's do that. The I'm coming for you. Yeah. Thunder, if I was redoing if I was redoing moments from the character things, and that would definitely be something in there, but I don't want to do that one. It's a little too easy. Oh no. This is just copyright infringement. Yeah, you want to know how we get around copyright? You want to know the best way you get around visual copyright, especially? I'm going to show you. And it was one of you that made this. And you even labeled it as copyright. Yeah, that right there. That's how you fuck copyright right there. How you going to copyright that motherfucker? Check Discord. Which part? I see what you mean, but yeah, we'll figure it out. What do you mean? It won't use K-pop Demon Hunters? Okay, okay, Trent, hold on. Hold on. Trent, what are you using to make it? That's the first thing that's important is what are you using to make it? If you're trying to make K-pop Demon Hunter birthday cards, you need to tell me what you're using to make it. You're posting for other people. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, we got quite a few things coming up. You know what we're also gonna be doing is I found out we're gonna see what this does, and then I think we're actually gonna start working on some of the pre-roll, or it's always been about the money. So for those that aren't aware, it's always been about the money. That's the Tectone in Vietnam. That's Tectone 2. Because he never, did anything with the F box. And I want it to be more of a cinematic experience than what we've been creating. And with that, I'm gonna remake everything that we've done already, but I'm not throwing away the ideas. And I'm keeping the fucking theme song and the theme thing because it still looks good. It looks amazing. But it's always been about the money. We need to do something more in the opening. I need that. So and before we get the Fox News thing. So the original concept is you had Fox News talking about shit, and then Tectone sees that when he's in the helicopter, he throws the fucking tablet out, and then you have the start to the theme song, right? And that's where we were going. I think instead, I think we need to do something where we kind of show the jungle a bit more, and we have a recon mission saying that yes, the F box is indeed here, and we go from there. So I think we're gonna do that so we can really make something special and have an intro. For those that don't, Tectone has been arbitrarily assigned a style that is like James Bond. So we need like a pre-credit roll action sequence, and that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, when I started making It's Always Been About the Money, we didn't have Vdoo, we didn't have Kling 3, and I'm so happy that we have that so I can actually create those moments and we can have a pre episode or cream pre short film sort of sequence going on, and it should be pretty excellent. And that's so we'll work on that. I have an idea of what I want to do, and it should be pretty fucking good. And hopefully, you guys enjoy it as well. And it's also going to tie into what I wanted to do for Sog Frogs, but that's not going to be a standalone deal. That's going to now just be tied into the opening of what of it's always been about the money. So that's kind of where I'm thinking with it. Um, Also, if you guys are not a member of the Patreon, I actually am going to start posting a lot of stuff on there. I'm going to post up the music that isn't available elsewhere, some alternate generations of music, the alternate generations of videos or um, screens or character mock ups that didn't really work. So you guys can actually see that and have access to it. So Patreon is actually going to be a pretty cool resource if you guys want to dive more into the lore, listen to some various music and all that sort of shit. I might do something where there's more polls about what you guys want to see and what you guys want as far as rewards. So we'll figure out what that looks like. But I know I've neglected the Patreon. But those of you guys that are active members, I cannot express enough gratitude for what you guys provide. It is very it's amazing. I also can't tell you how many times that it's come in clutch for me, being able to go and buy stuff. For example, I totally forgot about it until yesterday, and there was I think $15 in there, and I was able to go and get my daughter's Valentine stuff. So something like that, it's kind of cool. But for you guys, as far as what you guys are paying for, there's going to be quite a bit that's going to start being in the Patreon. So I know it's been a barren landscape, but it'll be there. I promise. The other thing too that I want to work on, we're also going to do a the memes will never die music video. That is going to be a thing that's going to happen. When we do the memes will never die, we're going to need to work on what that means because that's quite a broad concept. It'll be pretty awesome. So wondering how possible it would be to create a Cowboy Bebop style intro. Really easy and really simple. It's just time consuming. That's it. Right. It's just the time. And I hope you mean like the fucking anime Cowboy Bebop and not the fucking live action piece of shit. That thing sucked balls. That thing was terrible. Terrible beyond belief. All right, what do we got?
That burning you feel, it is shame. You cannot beat me! That
Okay. All right, without looking at him.
burning you feel, it is shame. You cannot beat me!
The cadence is off, but it sounds okay. AI anime in 2 years will be so good. Oh yeah, absolutely. Tried the mainstream Grok GPT and Gemini, but it says no. Okay. So Trent, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Trent. What are you using? Are you using OpenArt? If you're using OpenArt, then just use Kling. It sounds good. It's just meshing that special thing. Yeah, I know. But the voice is there. I'm gonna need to play with it some more. I'm gonna need to see the best place to do this. Do I have? Um, Hmm. Okay, so that does a lot. All right, cool. Sorry. Trying to find the alternative generation thing. Make things better. Anyways, sorry. OpenArt and Kling are you using provided dialogue samples? No, I'm not using it. Okay, so let me walk you guys through why Kling and Higgsfield are amazing. Okay, let me show you. How did I generate heavy? Well, this quite literally is my prompt. Batista as the red heavy from Team Fortress 2, live action Team Fortress 2, white background, front, back, and both side profiles as a character sheet. No reference, nothing. Just that. Okay. Then for the audio and for the character, I'm going to go to elements. All I said is I just put Batista as the red heavy from Team Fortress 2.
That burning you feel, it is shame.
That's it. No audio, no nothing. Now, here's the thing. There's a man, AI is so fucked. Okay. Let me show you. Let me show you this. So, Kling right here, if you're on Kling, you can let's see, Omni. Yeah, where the fuck was it? In Omni, you can add elements of an actual voice profile. So you can actually choose the voice that you want. That is something you can do on Kling's website. You can't do that on Higgsfield or OpenArt. You can only do that on Kling. There's certain times where that can be beneficial. It's like if you want to train a voice, you can train a voice on Kling's website. So you can use that in your generations. I don't know if they really care about copyright, but we're kind of just making whatever. The thing that's really that I really want to get a point across though, and my point, I I didn't have to prompt it, or I didn't have to do that. It understood Batista, it understood heavy, and it just made the it made it work. I'm so impressed that this is where we're at right now. I know that it came across looking like shit and it's not exactly perfect, but this is still wildly impressive that it's able to understand all of this context just like that. We really are in a new era. So, let's do this. Um I need to cut out all of the characters. That is going to be a pain in the dick. So let's let's pull up Photoshop here. All right. And oh, there was this thing. That isn't playing. 1 second. Higgsfield, OpenArt, Higgsfield, what's your favorite? Oh, geez. Hey, have a good one, Josh. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, man. It's everything has its pros and cons, right? Higgsfield, by far, if I for cinematics, you're not going to get anything better. If you're trying to do, more general purpose art stuff, open art. That's kind of the way it works. But Higgsfield, you're not going to get anything better for actual cinematic shot development right now. Hopefully it gets better, but we'll see what we can get. Let's open this back up and see what we had working with. Please don't crash. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna kill that. Just don't crash. Please. It's Starforge. Ship this fucking thing, please. I need it. Because I am getting tired of waiting. All right, so I don't know if this is what I want to do. Let's try this. That's what this is. Okay. Kling. Man, it depends, dude. If you just want something that's generally good, open art. If you don't want to specialize in anything, just open art. If you want to specialize in what I'm doing, then you want Higgsfield and open art and Kling. Kind of the way that it goes. But all right. So, context of this, I might release this as like a channel trailer. So I just kind of want to get your guys' opinions real quick. Just showing more cinematic stuff that I do. I know there's some shots that can be changed here and there, but this is just kind of to give an idea of what can be done. I do need to update it, but it's just the concept for the trailer. And it's just music. And yes, this is an unreleased Warhammer 40k thing that I am working in the background. I am working on it in the background. You will see it when I have more substance to show you, but there is a Warhammer 40k thing in the background that I am working on. Don't worry. Hey Dara, what's up, dude? Also, this is primarily a Higgsfield. do a Warhammer shot? Warhammer shot? Okay, we'll do a Warhammer shot. How's that? Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let me find the failure that I had before because I need to get the context for it. All right, let me find it. I need to find it first. Yes, also Higgsfield understands context to an insane level. I didn't have to provide any info on it whatsoever. I just said Titus fighting Tyranids. Okay. Let's do something. How does that look? Guardsmen fighting fucking Tyranids? All right. Let me get the video because I actually had like a whole. Let's try this. All right, let's see if Kling can do. Okay. Okay, so that one's gonna be fucking gay. Let's try this. Is it too long? Is that the problem? Oh, I know.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Oh shit, Dara. Oh man, you're gonna make me sick.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
You're a real one, dude.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Whatever you give subs, it gives to everybody.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy
Army. I don't know how
Army.
many are left.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army. This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
They already updated their website. Interesting.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Oh, that also reminds me, by the way, for everybody watching, I did
This
see
guy
this.
helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Make your action scene.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army. This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Okay, so I can submit the final thing. All right, that'll be pretty cool. Yeah,
This
I'm gonna
guy
try
helped conscript
and
you in the Froggy Army.
I'm gonna see what I can do about making one. I think it'd be cool. We'll figure it out.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Yeah, so by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, it knows how to make Batista's voice.
This guy helped conscript you in the
That
Froggy
burning you
Army.
feel? It is shame.
It can do his voice without me having to
This
do that.
guy helped conscript
Jesus,
you in the
Darrett,
Froggy Army.
you wild man. I appreciate you. You are fantastic.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy
I need
Army.
to figure that out.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
I need to fix that so bad. I will fix it.
This guy helped
Damn it.
conscript you in the Froggy
Yep,
Army.
there it goes.
This guy helped conscript you
Jesus,
in the
dude.
Froggy Army.
What have you done? No, it's fine. I mean, you do that.
This guy helped
And
conscript you in the Froggy
That's
Army.
what happens. It's fine. It's not a big deal. You paid a considerable amount for that to happen.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
There was some thing in here.
This guy helped conscript you in the Froggy Army.
Is that it? Is it done? Is it done? I think it's done. Okay, cool. Excellent. Yeah, Scout, I'll figure out what we can do with it. What's going on? Just checking out the news. Trying to get some clean shit done. For the record, let's also that cast is still excellent. There isn't a better cast. Well, okay, I guess Jason or James Ransone, he could be changed to something else, but like, I don't know. His personality seems to fit that. NSFW. What the fuck is NSFW about it, you fucking piece of shit? I'm describing blood and gore. Okay. You know what? Actually, what wouldn't care about it? Now that I think about it, hold on one second. Vdu, you are gonna come in handy right now. Image to video. Let's get the full. And then I want it to be 10 seconds. Let's just generate 10 seconds and boom. See what we get. You know what? We're gonna do 2. Ah. That was the problem. Whatever you do. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Staying with Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman. Yes. Listen, Idris Elba, he's a great actor, but he's not Demo Man worthy. Right? He's not fucking crazy, cracked out of his fucking mind. Right? Whenever I think of Idris Elba, I think The Wire or Luther. Right? I don't think fucking Demo Man. I really, really don't. The Danny DeVito is perfect. So you're just waiting for the delayed surprise last one? Yeah, probably. Tumblr Ridge. Oh, I'm looking at okay. Mass shooting. I bet whatever did that has a dick. Worse than that, though, is going to the candidate stand and shooting people and being able to get a body count like that. That tells me either they had really poor response times or they had really poor response times. They've already done their own fucking confiscation of a lot of fucking weapons. I'm just trying to think. Like it's not like here, right? That is a pretty awful body count. I'm just trying to think what could have happened there. That's pretty crazy. Middle of nowhere town. Yeah, that's fine. If you pay $20, can you get a nip slip on stream? Add 3 zeros to that, and you can. Everybody has a price, buddy, and that's mine. Let's. You know what? I'm actually curious. I am quite curious. Do you guys like? I know you guys like watching other people react. Do you like reactions to reactions? Because I haven't seen Tectone's reaction to the Mizkif thing yet. Already saw a butt crack and you need nipples. Hey, if you want nipples, the crack was a problem of my lazy clothing choices. But if you want a nip slip, 20 grand. You can probably get more from Dirty Denims. Yeah, you could probably, like, for the price of a Big Mac, you can see your butthole probably. That looks fucking terrible. That looks awful. His reaction was priceless. You like the reacception? All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it. I know I'm quite curious myself. Jesus Christ. That is absurd. All right, let me find this.
Does
Okay, so he did have a good time. All right, what do we got? Sound is fucking awful. Just as bad as I thought it was going to be. The fuck? What do you mean something's wrong, you fucking piece of shit? Okay, now nothing's wrong. Fucking asshole. Hmm. Yeah, okay. It looks more chopped than the first few that were generated. I know, I know. Am I sponsored by Z Juice? A little bit. Thoughts on an Arc Raider song and video? There's someone else that's doing that. I don't want to step on their toes. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't played Arc Raiders, so I have no frame of reference for any of it. It's somebody else I'm working with and helping them with shit. So we're using a team profile to work on it. So, all right, let's see what we get. Oh Lord! All right, Tectone, how did you respond on this one?
Well, we have the most important news channel of all time, Foxu News, going over Mizkif's latest crash out report, made by everybody's favorite Dong P Bongwater. Let's get it.
0 of 20 creators suggested. That's funny. 25 SEO score. 1 like, 0 upvotes. The fuck is this shit? Best practices. Comment added, chapters added, info cards, end screen. Okay. I guess. I don't give a fuck. I'm just really focused and curious on this. Anime was a mistake. Anime was indeed a mistake. Thumbs up if I pwn noobs on CS. I don't have Counter-Strike installed, so, and also I don't want to play that cancer ass shit game. Fucking hate Counter-Strike. I can't do it. 1.6 was the only good time. I fucking hated Source. I hated Go. I hate CS2. Not doing it. So, here we go.
Into it. Here we go.
Fox News, where retardation and
I was requested by 30 different people to watch this shit yesterday.
autism
You know why? Because everyone wants. For the record, in case anyone didn't fucking figure it out, I made it because I knew that he would react, and I was right. And everyone wanting him to fucking watch it.
meets.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of Fox News.
Is
Tonight we
Mizkif
have a
gay?
special report on
He is gay. We know for a fact. It's on Steam. Nico sucks. Yeah. Let's see. Mizkif isn't.
middle-aged
Okay, yo, editor, make sure to censor that image above me. I don't know if we can show that. That is a very dangerous, hazardous weapon. Make sure to hide that place.
who is
Good
so
choice.
gay,
Good
the
choice.
rainbow doesn't have enough colors to represent him.
Wow, that's
he
really
was
gay.
briefly on the Crash Out report, but he walked off mid-interview. We
All right. That was good. That's good.
sent Mindset Legal back out to try and finish the story.
Okay.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay.
Oh, Mithkeith, Mithkeith, little pillow princess twink.
He is trying so hard. So hard. Last Orochi game you played was Day of Defeat. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble on YouTube. One second. I have a response to that. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, you want to know what this right here?
GoOnCity.net. We're a tactical realism Day of Defeat source client looking for new recruits.
This is Day of Defeat for me. Yeah. That all I remember from Day of Defeat is getting into servers and seeing that all the fucking time. So yeah, I uninstalled that shit pretty fucking quick. That was 99% of every fucking server ever. I have a machine gunner at the corner of the map. No, I always did the MP44 and I tried to fucking rush people like an idiot. I did not record that video. That is a famous video that used to be all over 4chan. Anyways.
With pink on dip Capri Thorn, strength of boy kid.
Oh no, dude. Oh no.
Super mega ultra gay.
Bro, that looks exactly like him. What the fuck?
Yep. I know it does. You want to know how I know it looks exactly like him? Because that was the fucking point. Where was it? It was here. Where is his super extra mega gay? Yeah, it's him. It's Mizkif. That's you should be happy that there's he should be happy he didn't get hit with that one. Anyways.
Oh, yo, there's a Tectone cameo on the bottom right. Truck nuts. Hey, let's go, baby. The holes in the wall is crazy. The holes in the wall are fucking diabolical, bro. It's demon time.
Loveth the D, loveth the D.
What is that?
Every single day. He's a homo. Super mega ultra gay. Loveth the D.
Oh my God. It's a war zone. Hey, maybe those.
He's more concerned as to why he's watching this in the first place, which was my absolute intent. Absolutely was the
Flushes
intent.
weren't dangerous after all, bro. Holy fuck.
Loveth the D. Every single day.
Hey, Bobs, appreciate you.
Mizkif is so very, very gay.
I'm not gay. I don't know where people got that impression of me.
What the fuck is this? What is this?
Oh.
I'm so mad. I was hoping that he would be in a mood to be fucking disgusted. I was hoping so much that he was going to be in a mood to just be like, what the fuck is that? But unfortunately, he appreciated it. So there's that. But man, I was that was a gamble when we made that, though. That was a fucking gamble that I used that clip thinking that he was gonna say that. Like just like during the World War II thing, the clip that I did there, but still pretty good.
Oh, shit, bro. I love that. That's my favorite streamer, in fact. That is my favorite streamer. I watch him every day at 9 a.m. CST here on YouTube. That's crazy.
Just demon time, you know?
What is this?
This is just demon time, you know?
The real person who caused most of my life to be torn apart is actually Tectone.
Fuck that bitch, Miss Kitty, whatever he calls himself. I'd beat that shitbag in.
He won't love me back, and really, this is all his fault.
Yeah,
he's just a turbo pussy.
This is just Judgment Day, really.
Yeah.
Like, I tried showing how much I cared.
I still can't believe that Mizkif said that I'm the guy who ruined his whole life. Like, motherfucker, how? Bro.
You want to know how, Tectone? It's pretty fucking easy. It's actually really fucking easy. Hey, Bumps, I appreciate you, man. But listen, it's pretty fucking easy as to why he blamed you, dude. It's because you said something that wasn't nice. If you say something, he's the type of person, if you say something that's a little not nice, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to be a piece of shit. And he's just going to burn every bridge because he just doesn't like you. That's all it is. You didn't defend him, whatever. It doesn't matter. Fuck you. That's his mentality.
Bro, I didn't even say shit about the Emmy situation. I didn't even say shit about any of the allegations. I just said you treat people like garbage and you need to move on because the only thing you care about in this world is content, and that is not a healthy life to live.
And he took that as he took that personally. He took that extraordinarily personally. What do you? He is hopped up on fucking roids. You think he ever has a moment of clarity?
That's what ruined your career? Bro, I was so fair to you. It was crazy. Did I tell a couple jokes? Absolutely. But brother,
you know what, Pops?
You
I
called
agree.
me a pedophile. So who the fuck are you to get upset at anybody? Like, what in the fuck are we talking about here? Like, you can't say shit to me. Everything that you're upset at me for, you did first.
By the way, I also held back so much in that Mizkif is gay video. So much was held back because I didn't want to go too deep in on it. And I know he's litigious, but I also didn't lie. I didn't lie. So there's that. I also just wanted to get it done and move on to something else. But anyways.
So what the fuck are you talking about? You just hate being shown the mirror. And that's the fucking reality. Mizkif, the only person who ruined your life is you. And that's the fucking truth.
He once told me anything is a dildo if you are brave enough.
That's
Like,
crazy.
he didn't like me, so I, don't like him anymore. I'm suing everyone I can because Tectone made me do it by not appreciating my love. Cunt. If he won't support me emotionally, then I'll make him support me financially.
Darth, what the butt fucking Christ did you just post on Discord? What? They're all the same. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Haven't figured out the Discord's can see it. I know. But is that no, it's not. This is a different dude, by the way. holy shit. No wonder they're oh god. I mean, they need to just have all rights removed. If at that point, if you're a trainee, holy shit, maybe just put every single one of them into a fucking asylum, because that killing people. How many is that now that have gone and fucking killed people in schools and or just out in public, and then it's like, oh, they try and make it. It is clearly a mental disorder, and it needs to be stopped immediately. I don't care how many of them are well-meaning people. I don't care how many of them are on the fringe. There's too many that are like that. It needs to stop. And if you can do that in a gun-cucked country like Canada, where they already prevent you from doing shit, scary guy, yeah, have a good one, dude. But god damn, dude. That all right. The fact that exists, like, I have seen some shit on the internet, right? You know, I've done my fucking duty being on fucking 4chan. You're on B. You know, you used to see all sorts of shit back in, 2010, that era. There was a lot of shit that used to be on 4chan, and it was fucking wild. And there are images from back then that are actually banned from being posted certain places because they are absolutely fucking wild. But you're an ex-lurker. Yeah, I don't use it that much anymore. But back in the day, fucking B was crazy. There's the amount of people that thought they could fucking bait people into doing dumb shit, and then, like, out of nowhere, oh, some girl and her fucking boyfriend, she ends up getting a Fleshlight discount code because they made her so fucking popular. Like, there's all sorts of shit that happened. But man, there is some shit. There is some images that are banned, but that right there, the fact that that's allowed to be on the internet and that person's allowed to post that sort of shit, like, that would fall, that's getting pretty close to the images that were banned across the board. There's an old one. I'm not even going to describe it because that's probably going to get everything fucking demonetized. But yeah, it was wild. You regret looking at Discord? You feel sick looking at that thing? Yeah, absolutely. Used to like be frequent Paul in Co. Paul was interesting for a while, especially during the ISIS days where people would fucking find coordinates of the Nasheeds and send them to the fucking Russians so they could bomb them. Like, stuff like that was always fun. And then just seeing people melt down here and there was fun. Now it's all just rage bait, just trash, psyop garbage. None of it's of real value. Damn. It's just LARPers, yeah. Anyways. Fuck. All right. That was something I didn't need to see. Let's continue laughing at this fucking retard Mizkif.
Oh, shit, this is crazy.
Are you mindset legal?
Yeah. You know I am, Missy Kitty.
I already told you. It's Mizkif.
Missy, this place is fucking gross.
Don't.
I will say the one thing about Mizkif that makes me so uncomfortable is that he really does look good when he cross-dresses as a female, bro, because his lips are crazy.
Tectone's confirmed gay. Tectone. Wait, so he's not addressing the Tectone word. He's not addressing Tectone word, the Sam Hyde book. He's not addressing the Fireball, the cucumbers, the Demon Time lube, the Adderall, and then he's covering up the artillery shell with the brown mark on it.
bro. It's insane.
Talk shit, I'll sue you like that one bitch for throwing plushies at me.
Anyways, good to see you. Last time we spoke, you left in a hurry.
By the way, for those that didn't know, that book, the Sam Hyde book, that wasn't the original like setup. So there's that one. This one was pretty good. There's the one that has the fucking poop hole in the wall that you guys wanted, but I didn't want to use it. The fried chicken Stargate with the watermelon shit. Yeah, there's that. But there was yeah, that was Sam Hyde on the fucking My Little Pony because that was funny. Oh, yeah, the one where it was Dr. Disrespect on a My Little Pony giving the Roman salute and then the fucking poop hole. There's a bunch of these, but I think the Sam Hyde one's the best. I just wish we would have gotten one with like the actual fucking Roman salute because that would have been best. But he still doesn't know the Sam Hyde shit. Axe Wound brought to you by Pfizer. Yeah, exactly. You gotta get Kirsch to react. She did, actually. She did watch it.
And you weren't too kind to the audience. Why did you leave?
Why does he have... Oh, I thought that bottle said the juice, not nice juice.
It did.
I found out I still had a gag reflex, but I wanted it removed so I could try and make Tectone love me again.
The gayest thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He still doesn't know the Sam Hyde thing.
Never heard of a guy who needed somebody to get gag reflex surgery for his micro penis. Never heard of that before in my entire life. It's a crazy world out there, guys. It's a crazy world.
You're gay for Tectone? I thought you said he had a micro penis.
It don't make any sense to me either, guys. It don't make any sense to me either.
So why would you need to remove your gag reflex?
I don't want to talk about that. I'm not gay, he's gay, he just needs to admit it. I also want a sugar daddy to pay for all these allegedly malicious lawsuits. Change the subject.
Is that why you are dressing up like a drag queen again? We have multiple clips and images of you cross-dressing, and you even tried a red dress.
Also, by the way, I was gonna do a slideshow of the different ones, but the more I thought about it, the more I didn't want to look at the image any closer. So I just kept that fucking screenshot of him dressed up like a fucking twink every single time. Yeah, I didn't want to fucking do that. I didn't want to deal with that, but it is what it is. I think it's better for my fucking sanity that I didn't do that. But what? It's not just a one-time thing. It's literally not a one-time thing. None of this is defamation because it's not a one-time fucking thing. He's done this so many times. He's clearly gay. All right, continuing.
Dress on at one point.
Back. Oh my god.
Whoa! That was good!
It does say the juice. I knew it said the juice. Oh my god.
Oh, is he coming back? Oh! Open.
Wait, Miz did a stream with Frogan and he lived to tell the tale.
How did you not know that? Oh my god. Listen, I hated putting this clip in there. I hated putting this clip in here because I don't want to see this fucking ham planet anywhere. Right? I really didn't want to see this fucking ham planet. But you want to know the best part about it? Not only do we get to show the humiliation of fucking Mizkif, but we also get to make Tectone watch a Frogan clip. And I think that's hilarious. I think that's the funniest fucking thing. Because he does not want to watch it. He really fucking doesn't want to watch it.
Is this when he began his alt-left grift?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I look like the fucking angry lady from Shrek.
Tectone's face.
Dude, what the fuck am I doing?
Why are you making me watch this?
His face.
No.
Wait a minute. Feel the sponsor's coming back. I don't need girls for a thumbnail. I could be the thumbnail. I'm so
what the
powerful.
fuck is
I've leveled up.
Is that?
Oh, Tectone getting turned on? Yeah, pretty much.
Editor, I want you to leave all this dead air in because I think we all just need a second just to really process what it was that we were just unconsensually forced to watch.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Jesus. Things make a lot more sense now.
Red dress like a lobster? That's bullshit. Have you been watching that Bongwater guy's videos?
Speaking of which, by the way, Tectone, how did you not know that that clip existed? That's a better question.
I cross-dress because it makes me feel pretty. Frog can help me with my makeup again, too.
All right, Ms. Keefe, you're deflecting now. According to
He is
Stream
trying.
Analytics,
He is trying
you
to
aren't
contain
doing too
himself.
well right now and are desperate for collabs and sponsors. Why are you burning every bridge you can? It doesn't make any sense.
He's so gay.
It's because I'm hot. All these fuckers are jealous of me. According to these numbers,
The
most of your
fucking
viewers...
Kirby with the knife through its
You're
head
just-
is so scary, bro. Holy shit, that's horrifying.
are from Tectone, but they don't like your incredibly gay actions. In a poll, they only watch to farm clips. What's your response?
Oh, they're
All
gonna
this
show
would
the wedding
stop if he
photo?
let me rub his bald head and be with him. Going down on things isn't always bad. I go down all the time. He really hurt my feelings with the invitation to his wedding with Shinya.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's fucking
By the way, I did send that to them afterwards. So there is that.
beautiful, bro. Yes. Yes, dude.
Deflecting again. Let me ask you another question, Ms. Queef. What's with all the holes in the wall and the plushies you seem to hate? Another projection? Missy, why are you gay?
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It was just a simple question. You certainly got sand in your vagina over that one.
Well, that certainly was a disaster.
Yeah, he's deep in the closet.
That was the most insane interview I've ever had the displeasure of attempting. Didn't want to answer questions and just wanted to blame everyone else for falling off.
Why
Man,
was
Asmongold's
he
girlfriend
so
looks great
gay?
here.
His face says it all. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Especially for Tectone.
Fox you. I have no earthly idea why he is so incredibly gay. The only person I've ever seen with a case of gay that bad is Hassan for Asmongold.
True.
It seems that Mizzy still wants the jizzy. Coming up, the Epstein files mention Brock Lobster. Former ICE agents begin running a taco truck and a mysterious Indian festival.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. Dong P. Bongwater, brother never misses.
Glad he enjoyed it. There's a lot that didn't get included though. There's a lot that we didn't do. Part of me wonders if I should have done like having him do a fucking thing with Z-Juice would have been pretty great. But I didn't want to go too far in the deepfake realm because I know the route that can lead to. But I think it went pretty good. I think it was pretty good. He also reacted to Truck Nuts on the Cybertruck right after. Did he? Well, I know he's watched it. I know he's actually watched it several times. So I know that's a thing. Yeah, there was a Nux one. There's some shots I didn't use. I listen. I was gonna go down the route of on the Nux thing where I was gonna put that, but honestly, I if I would have had Dragon Ball Z on there and I had that animated, I think that would have gotten me hit pretty fucking hard by copyright. So that's why I just went with that one to be safe. And then the Jeffrey Epstein. I'm kind of surprised you didn't know the Jeffrey Epstein one, but it is what it is. The Jew Death Star. The Death Star David. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that was on there that was pretty good. Let's see, was this one any better? That's shit. There's still there's still quite a bit that AI can't do. We just got to keep working at it and getting better. Getting better and better. Okay. So let's do this. I need to eat. I am fucking starving. I haven't really eaten much today. So I need to go and do that. And tomorrow we're gonna get our Team Fortress 2 thing done. I'm gonna get the rest of the characters uploaded, by the way. And the thing about all the rest of this, I need to separate all the characters and all of the individual fucking like character things for their front, back, sides. So I'm gonna do that to get the elements because clearly it's working. The only thing that I don't know is like Danny DeVito, if it's gonna get Danny's thing, if it's gonna get Bubbles' voice. We're gonna really play with it. And if we have to work on the inflections, then we can. Actually, now that I think about it, with elements, if I create an element, oh my god, I can add a video. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's actually huge. Okay, so real quick, here's the thing. Here's what is really important to understand about what we can do here. So we're doing the Team Fortress 2. We got our cast. I think it's fantastic, but with Kling, we can do images and video. So I'm thinking if I do front, back, side profile, and then I can get a video of like Bubbles freaking the fuck out and then having him on there. And then that way we could get the mannerisms of Bubbles. Same thing with Danny DeVito and all the rest of them. The only people that I don't know if I can really fucking get, and I need to really find it, would be for Dennis Rodman there as the demo man. I don't know how the fuck that's gonna work, but I'm gonna need to find a good reference video for each of the 9 actors. But we can get all 9 people in, no fucking problem. I just need to create their elements, and then we can go from there. The other thing too that we're gonna work on, we have the memes will never die. We need to work on that. But we'll be able to get the trailer done for Team Fortress tomorrow. There's just a lot that's been happening today, and I got quite a bit tomorrow. But it's gonna be pretty great. Sam Squanch, yeah. YouTube to MP4 is about to become relevant again. Well, you don't even need to do that. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. You don't even need to do that. All you have to do is you can just use OBS and you can just do screen record. And then that's it. Bubbles Freakouts is conky. Yeah, I mean there's a lot that can really happen. It's pretty fucking cool. The biggest thing that sucks is I'm going to need to play with it. We're going to need to really play with it. And that's just a lot of prep time that I don't really have the mindset for at the moment. But like we have, we have Batista, and when we did that, we were able to at least get the
That burning you feel, it is shame.
I didn't. So what's wild is I didn't even have to clone his voice. I just said Batista as the red heavy from Team Fortress 2 with the images, and it was able to come up with it, which is pretty fucking amazing. I don't obviously I can only get the actor's real voice or a clone of voice from if he ever played a Russian or whatever, but we'll see. It'll be a time. The ShamWow guy would be perfect for the scout. The ShamWow guy would be pretty good, but I thought Shaggy from Scooby Doo would be funnier and a funnier reference, to be perfectly honest. So it is what it is. Germa would be a better fit. Germa isn't a bad idea either. But yeah, I mean it's well, I gotta figure out how I want to pull the references and what references I want. I can't get references from, say, a video game. It has to be a reference of the actual actor or character. And here's the idea, right? I'll show you guys the idea. Let me find Nux, so you guys can see where I'm coming from on this one. So what I can do, let's say that there's a thing of Batista and him just like yelling and screaming and all that shit, right? Okay, that's fine. I just need a video of him doing that, and I can take the audio. Then I can take the image from here, and I can do motion control. So I can do, like I was able to do for Nux. And that way I can get a video of Batista as the heavy doing something with Batista's voice. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Germa is the community choice. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not crazy into the Team Fortress sphere, but that's kind of what I got. In any case, yeah, we have a lot of options. I just need to do some prep work before tomorrow. So I'm going to work on that. It should be pretty good. We'll be able to have some pretty awesome shit for that. Yeah. FFM Peg and YT Clip. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. And I use Audition already. So yeah, I use that to be able to pull that. And if I need to take out, so I have Suno and I have Studio. So like if the audio is super fucked up, I can extract the audio and then I could get all of my stems so I can isolate my, whatever, the vocals from background shit. So it's really easy to do. So I'm not worried about the audio. I know how I'm going to get all of it and have it be perfect, or at least as close to perfect as possible. The generation part, we'll see. If I have to do some RVC shit, then that's not a big deal. But yeah, I have a plan of action. There's just going to be a lot of prep because I have to do that for 9 characters, and then we can generate tomorrow. So that's kind of where we are currently at. Yeah, Batista, I don't know. Someone was saying like the Mountain or whatever would be better for heavy weapons guy, but he doesn't have any. He's not a fucking actor. He can't be as over the top and ridiculous as Batista can. The motherfucker was in the WWE beforehand, and then whenever he's on the big screen, he's pretty funny, and also he can command a screen pretty well. So yeah, I think it'll be great. I think it's going to be fun. After that, though, I have something in mind for Hassan. So Hassan is definitely going to get something. Uh, we'll see how spicy we really get with it. We might make something really, really spicy. We might see how wild we can get with it. Maybe it's going to be a Rumble exclusive or something that we post on X and Rumble. Who knows? But Hassan, I think, definitely needs to get something extra spicy. I just need to think of what that's going to be, because he is just absolutely being a clown. So yeah, I'm gonna think about that. It depends on what he's doing. I mean, we already have, what's the what's it? No, we already have.
Hey, you, keep it down. We don't want to be found. See, your son's uncle is a man that likes to sleep around and buy around. I mean, specifically with ponies, stallions, Clydesdales, Palominos, and cronies. His dirty little secrets that he can't stop riding. The horses he's inside of, he goes into the barn to see the mare. He's obsessed with saddle on the floor. Guess the stall's where he's sleeping, because we all know that chunky yogurt's deep in that. Hassan's uncle fucks horses. Hassan's uncle fucks horses. Hassan's uncle fucks horses. Hassan's uncle fucks horses. Oh, and Hassan tases his dog.
Yeah, I don't know. We might end up making a music video for that. We'll see. We'll see if we can do that. Palominos is funny. Yeah. Put a soundboard on one of your tabs. I mean, I can. It'd be fucking easy as shit to do. I still have my favorite fucking soundboard thing ever, which is... I made it a... Where the fuck is it? That's not it. That's not it. Yeah.
You don't understand the deeper themes behind the giraffe pussy.
That is still the greatest quote that I've been able to get out of my content. Absolutely. Great. Now you got it in your head. Yeah, absolutely. A gay rodeo. There is some absolute just top tier, just awfulness that we could come up with. And there's a lot of AI that are uncensored enough to a point that we can really get away with quite a bit. But I don't want to be generating any gay shit, like really, really fucking gay shit. I don't want to do that to myself or you guys as we make that. It's a great quote. Yeah, I know the deeper meaning behind the giraffe pussy. Yeah, yeah. What a song that was too. Higher Than Giraffe Pussy. All right. Let's see. What are we doing now? Jesus Christ. Everything has exploded. That is wild. I did not expect it to go that fucking hard on YouTube. That is insane. Between now and last week, I'm up 1,000 subs. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty fantastic. That's ridiculous. Okay. 2026 is the new 2016. Manu battle stations. Yeah, pretty much. Connect to TF2 joint red. Tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. I need to get my TF2 stuff done first, and then we'll be able to make that happen. But yeah, for right now, I need to go eat. I'm going to go get something. I haven't eaten all day. I've been trying to space out when I eat. Got to save money. Got to be economical with the funds. So I'm now going to go and consume something. I don't know what it's going to be quite yet. I'm thinking I'm going to make some fried rice or something like that. Something simple, something easy. Maybe a burger. I don't know. But I'm going to make something, and I'm going to do that. Be a fat fuck. Maybe watch some Burn Notice while I eat. But tomorrow, we will have a lot to work on for Team Fortress 2, or we'll do It's Always Been About the Money. We'll do one or the other, or maybe we'll do a little bit of both. But yeah, we're going to work on that tomorrow. It'll be a good time. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being around. If you guys would like to support what I do, you can always check out the YouTube, the Kick, X, Twitch, Rumble, whatever. There's themenacecrew.com that you can buy merch if that's what you want. There's a Patreon. There's all sorts of shit. But the best way that you can support me by far, share a video. And it doesn't even have to be one of my videos. Share a video, bring somebody joy and happiness. Make somebody laugh. Make somebody forget about whatever bullshit is going on in their life for just a few minutes. Everybody needs a good laugh. Check in with the homies. Always fucking matters. And with that, you guys have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, or afternoon. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. CST. And we will get this shit done. Thanks, guys. I'll catch ya.